Tell your morning blues to pull a Samizi and walk, because it's time for Mzansi Insider. Afrikaans know more. What happened? We go behind the story of University of Pretoria's big change, a top 5 that apparently does not exist. We find animals of the same sex, give you 50 million reasons why #paid Twitter was hot of social media. New products by DJ Zintle and Gear with OK Malum Cool Cat. Meow. All this now.
Don't worry, hold up. No gossy gossiping off. Dishing out the truth, so start tuning in. Can't tolerate. Come, social issues, dish so easily. Giving you the latest news so instantly. Gender we tighter. Keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider.
I feel like you're not moving. I'm trying to like that.
What is it that you've got?
I don't know.
No, I don't want to start too early. You know the shade is coming. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to it. It is your breakfast authority right here on SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Bekungalaleki.
Yes.
December. And
Yeah.
then kwaqala ukulalega.
Yeah.
Manje akusalaleki because month end angisho.
Welcome to it. Mzansi Insider. Kita make it mo kita mali adulang adi kakapile. Kimubita kakapa hobani kira kakapa cats. Looking so dapper.
Thank you so much. That's very nice. You look amazing too.
I know. I mean, I'm trying, but it's not about us. It's all about you and all the good things we have in store for you this morning.
Yes, we have a whole lot. #paid Twitter's coming up.
UP letters for registration and Afrikaans is officially dropped.
I saw it in the makeup room and I was like, yo.
Yeah.
It was DJ Zintle.
Yes.
She's in the building.
And do remember that animals of the same sex is what we're going to be talking about today.
Absolutely. And then sports with Joe Man is back in the building.
And last but not least, the moment we've all been waiting for is Tea with OK My Little Cool Cat.
Let's go straight into the headlines.
Looks like 2017 is going to be a music year. Word on the street says that Muggs has just left Cash Time Life, apparently because they're taking their time in releasing his album. Cash Time does not want to comment on the alleged matter, but would like to let the fans know they're still good and have lots in store coming. While others are leaving, it's alleged that some might be joining stables. Word has it Mabala Noise might be signing both Kelly Kumalo and Jube Jube. After we contacted them, they rubbished these rumors. Just imagine though, what would the collabos be like?
I'm worried.
I'm scared.
Everybody is leaving Cash Time.
Yeah.
Skanda Queen left, Kinex left. Now, Muggs?
Who's left? Who's left?
I think KO is going to leave Cash Time.
No, he can't
sometime
leave
soon.
So basically right now who's left? It's Mai
and
KO, which means we're right back to tear
gas.
gas.
Go away. Next story.
Prayers all across the country came in for the speedy recovery of gospel sensation Lundi Jamaga. He was diagnosed with stomach TB and liver problems and has been in and out of hospital since December. Friday morning, Lundi took his last breath. Here on Mzansi Insider, we would love to send our condolences to his fans, his family and loved ones. May his soul rest in peace. Ah, man, my heart is so broken about this. I think we're seeing a lot of young artists who are passing on.
Absolutely.
But I think this is one of the artists who I think really lived his life. I mean, Lundi has been under attack since the day he came into the industry. True. The way he is, how he acted, how he sang. Remember when he came up, people were like, he's trying to be a Rebecca. And for me, all these years, he stood his ground and stayed true to himself. And we can only wish that he rests in peace.
Absolutely. What I admire about Lundi is he's one of the only gospel artists to come out and say that he's gay. He's also opened up about his drug addiction and alcohol addiction. Yeah. And that really just makes him more human. Yeah. Although his music will live on forever, I hope he set an example for all the people who are just hiding behind there trying to act all perfect. Rest in peace, Lundi. Next story.
Hey! Next. The church that dreams, Grace Bible Church, has rocked the media after guest pastor called homosexuality disgusting and unnatural, even mentioning that not even animals did that. While some did the usual church cheering, media personality Somizi Mhlongo stormed out of the service and took to social media. And this is what he had to say.
I'm gonna sit there and listen to somebody offending me. This is who I am. I am a gay man. Get it straight into your skull. My soul is all right with my God. Let me deal with my God and my soul. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. It's like somebody offending black people in church and then you scream and shout. And I'm actually disappointed at all the gay men and women that sat there and listened to him offending us and didn't do anything about it. I walked out and visibly so. And I'm proud and I'm going to remain gay for the rest of my life. Let God deal with me.
Hashtag Pay Twitter is the name given to the campaign that was recently exposed on the Twitter streets. Now, it is alleged that the outcome of the campaign was to pay influencers to tweet and retweet about the ruling party with the aim of supplying all the collected database to the ruling party. What's that code? Kind of ring something about honor amongst? Yeah, roll the VT. PR specialist Sihle Bolani filed a lawsuit for money allegedly owed to her by the ANC, which led to the exposure of hashtag Paid Twitter. Paid Twitter is supposedly Shaga Sisulu's brainchild. He is said to have recruited other social media influencers like socialite Kaya Dlanga and this guy who goes by the name of LL Cool Razo on Twitter, but didn't get paid. Somebody did. That didn't make this guy happy because he then apparently tweeted about the alleged propaganda posters ran by @Kaysekhwale, which then didn't make her happy. She threatened to take legal action, which he then replied
he would be waiting.
He then said he didn't get his rumored 50 million rand, which obviously made him angry, and she was like, pay me my money. And that's why hashtag Paid Tweets is hot off social media.
And that's the story we're going to be unpacking in just a bit. But you guys are probably wondering, who's this beautiful one who's sitting next to us?
Yeah.
Well, she's Sizake Lengubeni, and she's our guest presenter for the day. She's going to help us unpack this topic. Sis, get in there.
Hello, so welcome to the show. And to help us unpack the Paid Twitter story more is our political analyst, Tamipo, sorry.
It's her first time, so we're putting insiders inside on Mzansi Insider, you know what I'm saying? So she can try herself out. Take it easy, Twitter. Take it easy. Tami, thank you so much for joining us again.
Lovely to be here again.
Please explain this hashtag to me.
Look, Paid Twitter, I think, is a situation where it's a propaganda scandal that's happening in our country.
Okay.
So we find ourselves in a situation where you have a failing political party that's resorting to propaganda, something that they've never ever represented before.
Okay.
But I have to think about, like, when ANC came into power, they represented like a pure democracy, an absolute democracy, you know what I'm saying? With freedom of the press, freedom of speech, and all of those things. But resorting to a point where you're paying people to tweet on your behalf as an act of propaganda, you know what I'm saying? Although it's all allegations, I'm saying it's very scary allegations to find that we find ourselves in a situation where propaganda is coming up on social media.
Let me ask you this. So it's Sihle Bolani, right? Was allegedly asked to do something, and she feels she wasn't paid. Is this act that she was allegedly asked to do, illegal?
Look, it was going to be illegal if the posters were released against the EFF, against the DA, right? Because decampaigning is actually against the Electoral Act. So it was going to be illegal had that actually proceeded and happened and had they been caught. Right? But I don't think it's a question of illegality here. I think it's a question of morality, right? So where do you stand as a political party in our democracy? And if you're coming to a place where you're literally decampaigning other political parties and using underground movements, paying celebrities, commissioning news talk shows and all those kinds of things to get yourself into power by killing other people, it's a very scary sight for our democracy, and I think we should look at it at a moral level, and also at the level of the South African democracy. Is it falling apart, right? Or is it thriving because Sihle Bolani came out and said, look, these guys were actually going to do this, right? Or was she going to come out had she gotten paid? You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't you think she's just a bit sour right now because she apparently didn't get paid?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So it's one of those like moral decays from everywhere, right? She was promised R1 million to push a propaganda campaign. She comes out and we think she's the big victim, but she was going to push the propaganda campaign had they given her R1 million. You know what I'm saying? There's so many moving parts here.
What can this do for the face of the party in question at this point? Does it make them seem a lot less credible and dodgy?
I mean,
could this affect 2019?
Yes.
I don't think this will affect 2019 per se, right? I don't think it will affect 2019 per se, but I think it's just kind of like putting nails in the coffin, right? So the ANC over the past few years has been having a reputation that's been dwindling, falling apart. They spent R1 billion on the election campaign and still lost 3 municipalities. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the nail in the coffin for them, and people are just seeing that, look, these guys are actually not that legit. You know what I'm saying? So it's terrorizing their reputation, and it's a self-destructive act from the ANC as well. You know what I mean? It's that situation, and people are starting to understand that there might be a new ruling party coming through.
So, but what could happen now? Like, what are the repercussions that could happen if somebody is found guilty and all the parties that are involved, including Shaka and the Sihle girl and the ANC, which has right now distanced itself from everything?
They're like, lean back.
Yeah, like, we're not part of this.
I think the Twitter courts have already spoken, right? So the public has already spoken, right? We're already very, very dissatisfied, and I think the public has already made its judgment. Insofar as it going to court, it's not going to make much of a difference at all, right? Because it's going to be a situation of settling the dispute, like pay me my money, and they get paid, you know what I mean? And not necessarily, them being crucified by the public as they already are right now. So I think the public courts have spoken, and they continue to speak, and it's one of those trials that are never ending. And it's the case is building up against the ANC as it goes along. So must be very careful.
Mr.
50 million.
What do you think is going through Shaka? How was Shaka feeling? Where was he sitting? Reading all these tweets trending the whole time.
Look, if it was all true, remember these are allegations. These are allegations. If it was all true, he must feel very, very guilty and ashamed that he was at the forefront of leading this campaign. You know what I mean? And if it was all a lie, he must be extremely embarrassed, right? Because his reputation is completely tarnished. At the same time, we should realize the kind of person Shaka is and what he represents on the media.
Does that allow it to be acceptable, though?
No, I'm just saying that he represents like the Twitter or the youth wing of the ANC, the pop culture wing of the ANC. So him being associated with these kind of scandals isn't the worst thing in the world, right? Because he is constantly on Twitter, he's constantly on pop culture. It's not the first time something controversial happens associated with
So are you then saying any publicity is good publicity in this instance?
Look, if you're a celebrity like Shaka, I think, any publicity is good publicity, right? But if you're a celebrity that's representing the ANC, this kind of publicity is bad for your political party.
I think we should remember the cause at hand and forget about our celebrity when we're speaking about our entire democracy and our country.
And for them, I guess it's also just a job.
It's a paid job.
It's a paid job. So
I mean, you're getting $1 million for it, right? You're getting $1 million for pushing a propaganda campaign. 50 million.
Cheers. Okay, that's time for us to take a quick ad break. Please take us to the ad break.
Okay, well, there is no better way to start your weekend off than with Mzansi Insider, so stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Yes!
Oh man, the heat continues when we get back. Moving towards change, we go behind why Afrikaans might be seeing its last days at the University of Pretoria. We get real with DJ Zintle, and you've seen the videos. Now, let's meet the maker.
Keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider.
The University of Pretoria made a movie in June 2016 when they changed their language policy. English will, as of this year, become the language of instruction. Students who started their courses in Afrikaans will, however, complete them in the language. The position came from the Afri Forum to protect Afrikaans-speaking students, but the appeal was lost last year, December. We go behind the story to see what the students' sentiments are.
In studio are Yaku Grobler and two students, Maddie and Julius, who are going to be speaking to us about this matter. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you so much for having me.
Before we go anywhere, Ducks of Nuts.
Ducks of Nuts.
Oh, by the way, she went to Turks.
Yes, I did, and I stayed in Waterleaf, and we never liked the Machiki girls.
It's not about you. I think you forgot. Right?
No. Welcome, guys.
Anyway, Yaku, I want to start with you. Apparently, 18% of the students at Turks are Afrikaans speaking.
Yes, Gatwell, that is the statistics you have. We have statistics that shows otherwise.
Okay. Right.
The reason for that number is that many of the courses at Turks, students can no longer mark they want to study in Afrikaans, in their home language.
Okay.
So that is one of the main reasons why the statistics show so low. But we have also received financial documents from the university that states that Afrikaans students provide 678 million rands per year to the university. And because of the change of the language policy, now only English, it tells us that the university, they want the Afrikaners money, the Afrikaans-speaking students money, but the language isn't good enough for them.
Okay.
So that is the feeling on campus. That is what we're feeling towards the change in this language policy.
Yaku, let me step in there where the home language is concerned. Because in the same light, we can easily say there are other students who come from other language backgrounds who don't have the privilege of learning in their home language. Can we also safely say that Tuks also wants their money without acknowledging them? Should then it not be open to everyone and not just Afrikaans?
Yes, that is true. The university should be a space for everyone to come and to study. That is why our stance on the language policy is they shouldn't take away Afrikaans, but rather embrace in developing the other languages, the other 11 official languages of South Africa.
Okay.
So instead of taking away a language that is already there, it is already a tertiary language, they should add languages to this. And this will give the other students the opportunity to go and study in Zulu, in Xhosa, Sepedi. And also, there's lots of research that show that mother tongue education is better. It is a proven fact.
Okay.
But now, don't you think that I want to know what's the problem? What's the problem with learning in English? Why are you not comfortable with learning in English?
Well,
it's not like you don't understand English, right?
We understand English, but when you're born, your home language is Afrikaans. We go to Afrikaans primary school, high school, and all those concepts is in Afrikaans. So when you get to university, and maybe it's math or science or whatever, if you learn the subject in Afrikaans, and maybe then it becomes a translation factor. So then it's easier to translate something than to grasp the concept in another language.
I want to come to the students. Maddie, I'm going to start with you, and I want to get your sentiments on Afrikaans being ruled out. How do you feel about it?
Well, personally, I have subjects in Afrikaans. So it's one of those factors in high school, it's accounting that I have in Afrikaans. I was never, a genius in accounting because very few people are. So it's just one of those things. So the thing is, when I went to varsity, I was keen because I'm a BCom major. So what I do is, obviously, the corporate world is an English world. We get that. But the thing is, what I chose to do is still have accounting in Afrikaans because I understand the concepts better. And the thing is, with accounting, I use it in all my subjects. And I could not understand the concepts in English. But now that I have accounting in Afrikaans, it's much easier for me to understand the other subjects where financial statements are produced and we have to analyze them.
But now, can I ask you guys something? If there's 18% of you guys right now, if there's just only 18% of you guys, then what must happen to the rest of the other people that also now have to translate? If I went to a Zulu-speaking school and now I get to UP and I must learn in English, so what must happen to them? Don't you feel like we should all try to accommodate each other and the English just accommodates all of you?
Yeah, the thing is, that is what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a multilingual environment for all students to be able to receive education in their mother tongue. So what he said, it's exactly what he said.
Instead of taking out a language, we want
bring
to
others.
Another language.
I'm going to say this right now. I totally understand what you guys are saying. I'm saying right now it comes across as though the fight is Afrikaans, as opposed to the fight is let's get as many languages across and brought into the institutions. Do you feel that people are misunderstanding you guys? Because all we're seeing is Afrikaans, Afrikaans, Afrikaans. It's not necessarily more languages, more languages, more language. I don't know if you understand me. Do you feel that maybe you guys are misrepresented with what you're trying to bring across?
I think it's the topic at hand at the moment. I mean, it's Afrikaans must fall. It's not languages must fall, things like that. So the topic at hand is Afrikaans must fall. And what we tried to do before the Afrikaans must fall movement, we tried to implement Sepedi and help them and try to bring other languages into the university itself. But we were interrupted because of the Afrikaans must fall campaign and movement and things like that. So immediately we were on our back foot and we tried to protect what we have left and try to build on that. But we weren't granted the opportunity because we needed to
So you guys
protect.
lost the appeal in December?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys, just hold on, sorry. Do you guys think that your English classes and your Afrikaans classes are exactly the same? So if I go to an English class and you go to the Afrikaans class, we get the same information, because from what I've heard is that the Afrikaans class, the scope is like in proper detail because most of your lectures are in Afrikaans, right? Yeah, so do you guys think that going to the English class and going to the Afrikaans class is the exact same thing?
I'll tell you from experience what I know. A lot of the Afrikaans classes, and I'm sure you guys will agree with me, are in the morning.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah,
Very
early
true. And then a
mornings.
lot of the English classes are in the afternoon. So what I used to have a problem with is you're I don't know how to put it. You are better to take in information earlier in the day than having a political class at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's like, who's got a better chance, you know? When the classes are in the early where everybody's waking up and you are vigilant and you're taking in information. I know for certain courses, for arguments' sakes, for certain cases where you guys will get better scopes in Afrikaans because there's better explanation. And in English, it's just chapter 7, 8, 9, 12, and then we're out.
Yeah, that is technical issues, and I think they should take that up with the university or the lectures itself. It's not Afrikaans' fault that is happening. Students should have the right to go to the lecture and say, look what the Afrikaans kids received for a scope. We want the same. You know, university management, that is stuff that I need to sort out.
All right, Sisakala, I know you have another question. This is one that you're really passionate about, right?
No.
No?
Really.
When I'm about to talk, she interrupts me. When I give her the chance, she doesn't. I have a final question, and this is definitely for the students. Does this not trickle into a racial divide on campus amongst the students? So it ends up not really being about the studies and being a race issue. What exactly happens?
That is exactly that is our feeling regarding, because we are... Because Afrikaans-speaking students, the majority of Afrikaans-speaking people in this environment specifically is white. So it comes over as a target, like we are targeted at the university because we are Afrikaans-speaking people. We are labeled as, you know, the bad guys, which isn't necessarily the case. We just want to fight for our place in the sun. We would like to fight for everyone else's place in the sun as well, not just for our language.
You know, UP is government funded. Are there thoughts about creating a private school that is just Afrikaans?
Do you mean a private university?
Yes.
Well, the movement we are working for, I don't know if you heard about academia. It is it's a private Afrikaans university, so that is on the go. But we would like to have UP with Afrikaans and Zulu and all the languages.
Official languages.
And you know, UP pride themselves in saying, you know, it's an inclusive university. Everyone is welcome. But if you take away Afrikaans, that is excluding Afrikaans students.
It kills the integration.
Exactly.
And they're always driving this thing. We need to learn each other's cultures and we need to learn from one another. But that's not going to happen if they take away Afrikaans.
Absolutely.
So I think we can just draw the conclusion that what you guys are saying is that the fight here is to include and not to exclude. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Extem some.
Extem some.
It's time for us to take a quick outbreak. We come back with sports
Can
news
you do that
after
in
this.
Afrikaans?
No, terug.
For all all those who didn't know, we show you which animals have natural same-sex relations.
Keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider. You know what it is, Mzansi Insider.
Welcome back, Mzansi Insider. Retwere the beautiful Sizakele. Retwere Baba Mbaperendi Kick and Boboza.
As a kick and Boboza.
Kick and Boboza. Meretwere le sports lentata jo man. Khotson trate.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, when man?
Ek so right yeah.
It's all right, man. Ke wana re metshitse ebile, you know what I mean?
Le shapile le diteki kaofela.
You know? Because we ran here. Yeah.
Squad.
I actually just wanted to make a little bit of a comment on what you were talking about before, the language issue, because I went to the University of Pretoria, right? Yeah. And I found that the whole language issue thing, I found that as an English student, it was a little bit unfair. Yeah. But having studied investment management, because it was a new course, and there was only a textbook in English, the Afrikaans kids had to come to English class with us. And they managed to do that. So if they could manage to do that for one subject, why can't they do that for the others? That's what I'm saying. Well. And you know what the thing is as well about investment management, like if you're studying investment management, you're going to be dealing with people in different countries. When you're studying Belachings Bestuur, which is Afrikaans, then you can't deal with people in China or France because they don't understand.
It defeats the purpose.
You know, your scope as a student only goes towards Namibia, South Africa, and maybe Holland if you can, you know, flip from Dutch to Afrikaans.
So you're saying the Afrikaans must fall as well?
No, I'm not saying Afrikaans must fall. I'm just saying let's choose a language that's universal and let's move forward.
How's about all 11 official languages and it's up to you to choose?
Textbook, investment management.
It's a management issue. Let's get to the sport.
Yeah, let's get to the sport. Let's get to what I get paid to do. Okay, so we're talking about siblings in sport this weekend.
Nice.
And so I've compiled like a top 5 list of like relevant siblings in sport because we know what's happening later today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So at number 5, it's Mihaly and Mark Mayambela. They're both soccer players in the Absa Premiership. And Mark Mayambela, he's the older brother and he plays for Ajax Cape Town.
Okay.
Right? Now he's very talented, but he's also a little bit troubled. Now almost not quite Jabubula like, but you know, like he doesn't stay at one team for long. Because he's played for Orlando Pirates, he's played for Supersport United, Bloom Celtic, and now he's finally found a home at Ajax Cape Town. He also actually went overseas for a little bit as well and played for a team called Durin Gardens. And that's where his brother's playing in Sweden now. So it's weird that, you know, they let go of one brother and then they took the other one.
Okay.
And he's only 20 years old, Mihaly Mayambela, so hopefully he'll be one of our future stars. And then number 4, we've got Bismarck and Yanni du Plessis. They both played rugby for the Springboks and they played for the Sharks as well. And the interesting thing about Yanni du Plessis is that he's actually a qualified doctor.
Really?
And I'm sure he also studied medicine in Afrikaans at the University of the Free State as well.
So we guess like after he's done playing, he can actually just go and practice and open up his jari.
Yeah, there's a story about him in 2010. He actually saved a man's life. Did CPR, pulled a chunk of meat out of his throat.
Like on the field?
No, after the rugby match. Like he'd just gone and played his rugby match, helped South Africa win.
Is it one of those moments like, we need a doctor?
Yeah.
And then he like,
anybody a doctor in the house? And he's like, yeah, man.
I'm that guy.
I'm a qualified doctor.
I'm out here for him.
Yeah, so you just remember, don't eat too much biltong when you go to a rugby match because Yanni du Plessis is not playing anymore. So what like only one. If you go to a Premiership game, definitely don't eat biltong.
You're so wrong.
I've never seen any doctors in the PSL. Anyway, number 3. And number 3, we've got the Ayew brothers, Jordan and Andre Ayew. Now, their dad was the legendary he still is the legendary Abedi Pele. And they're playing for Ghana at the moment in the Africa Cup of Nations.
That is so much pressure, though.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, they're not doing too badly. I mean, they're both playing in the English Premiership, so, you know. But there's another one of their brothers, but he's not so great. But at least the two of them have done well.
Well, you don't want to be that.
So you just cut out one brother from this story.
Yeah, but I think we're talking about the ones who've made it onto, you know.
Well, does he even want to
so I
play
can't
for
ask you about the ones
brother?
you haven't mentioned because they haven't made it.
Yeah, well, even with this one now, the next one, the Boateng brothers. You guys remember Kevin Prince Boateng,
Yes.
you know, from the 2010 World Cup. He's got a brother, and his name is Jerome Boateng. It's a half brother of his. He actually plays for Bayern Munich, which is one of the biggest teams. And he plays. So his brother plays for Germany. Jerome plays for Germany, and then Kevin Prince plays for Ghana. Well, he used to play for Ghana. He doesn't play for Ghana anymore. But the interesting thing is that they've also got another brother, an older brother, who was apparently talented, Mara. you know, Diladia Vaya Shap.
Was talented.
We let Rongkong, now he's a hip hop artist. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
So when things don't always go well, even if you're raised in the same household. And of course, then the number one siblings in the world, it has to be Venus and Serena Williams.
Yes.
You know, today it's going to be a showdown again. I mean, you know, Venus Williams, like she said, she's no slouch herself. She's got 7 Grand Slam titles to her name. But her sister has got an amazing 22 Grand Slams. 22, and that's the same as Steffi Graf. So either way, some sort of history is going to be made today because, you know, they haven't been in a final against each other for a very long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So we're looking forward to that. And if Serena wins, which is obviously more likely, then she'll be the most successful woman in the history of the sport in the open era.
I've heard that, and they were even trying to scrap the woman and just saying most successful sports.
Well, yeah, look, I mean, it makes sense because Roger Federer is also in the finals tomorrow against Rafa Nadal.
So we'll
he's
have
got
to-
18. No, he's got 17 Grand Slams, and if he gets to win another one, he'll be on 18. So, you know, if Serena's already got 22 and Roger's got 18, then surely it doesn't matter whether you're
Can
a
I tell
man
you
or
what
woman.
I would do in this situation? Like, if we're sisters and we're this good and
Yeah.
you're about to get that title, I would like lose on purpose for you to
Lose
get
on
it.
purpose?
Like, one of us must just get in there.
No, but either
Apparently
way,
that's what
but Williams is
sports
gonna
used to
win.
do. But apparently that's what Venus used to do before she like stopped playing. But apparently it's because she's sick. She's sick.
Oh.
She
No,
had
yeah,
some
look-
blood type or some
Yeah,
spine
she, like,
problem.
she-
That's
but,
why.
But see, that's why it's also such a big story for her to be in the final because of everything that she's gone through. So, you know, that's why it's...
Time is money.
Yeah, no.
It's time for us to take a quick ad break.
All
We'll be
right.
back.
For all those who didn't know, we show you which animals have natural same-sex relations. It's DJ Zintle's era. See why 2017 is going to be her big year.
Keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider. You know what it is, Mzansi Insider.
Welcome back. You are still tuned into Mzansi Insider right here on the SABC One of Mzansi for sure. Now, somebody said there was no such thing as homosexuality in the animal kingdom. So we took to Google to verify some of these facts. Njengoba nibonile at the beginning of the show, Somizi inside his car. Do you know?
Why are you pointing there?
Because I'm remembering Somizi's video. He was talking about his encounter in church and how they were slandering homosexuals.
Yeah.
So in the sermon, they said not even animals are homosexuals.
Yeah.
So we went to go find out.
sermon voice.
Yeah, not even animals. But actually, that is not fact. We're gonna go through top 5 animals that are homosexual in the animal kingdom. But
Yeah.
before we do that, we have our beautiful guest for the day. She's our special somebody, DJ Zinhle.
Come on,
Play that music. Yes! Look at the sleigh. You need to turn around before you sit. Give us a 12. Come on, give us a
Come on now.
Nice. Okay, so this Bonili video, yeah, can where he was landed in church, and the pastor said, homosexuality is forbidden. Not even animals are homosexuals.
Yeah.
So, did you know that animals can be homosexuals too?
No.
Well, we're
Apparently they
counting down the top 5 homosexual animals in the
Wow.
animal kingdom.
Yep.
And I've got the first one. This is like for me the weirdest one because they're so big. It's giraffes. So gay sex accounts for 94% of all observed relation where, or sexual activity rather, where giraffes are concerned. So the giraffe, I guess the giraffe again got the giraffe, and that one that it's a baby, they are Emma, ebe they are Sidila.
Oh wow.
King Sidila.
They are massager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they'll do this like they flirt before like they'll like yeah, like
This
the
is
picture
male to
like
male?
male
Yeah.
to male. Yeah, City Liner. That's the best way I know how to put
So
it.
what is that, bro love?
It's like proper
bromance?
bromance.
Yeah, bromance even, who knows? Coming in at number 4, we have bonobos, and these are chimpanzees. Now here we have 2 male chimpanzees chilling and showing each other affection. So apparently they also do show each other a whole lot of affection. This is a very uncomfortable topic for me. These animals. Sitting at number 3, we have Sizakele.
We have flamingos.
Yes.
Flamingos are also same-sex partners, which means they stay loyal to each other, and this can include 2 males, 2 females, or a male and a female in one such example. Edinburgh Zoo, a pair of male flamingos adopted a fully grey newborn chick after it was knocked out of the nest by its parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they basically adopt.
Yeah, they actually adopt.
Wow. Don't you feel like
and I think the 2 females can play mommy and mommy, like, you know, like 2 lesbians have a child.
Okay.
Basically.
And they do that. They take care of their kids by themselves.
Yep.
You know what?
Did you ever imagine
that flamingos
chimpanzees?
I was going to say flamingos, isn't that like feminine side?
I used to think all flamingos were girls.
I
the
think
pinkness.
They're so pretty.
Zintla, do you know if all flamingos are girls or are they guy flamingos?
They're guy flamingos.
Because how would they reproduce?
I thought like there's another bird altogether. That's the male version, like a cow in a bull type vibe.
But we generally call them cows. Yeah.
Dolphins. 3/4 of the bottlenose dolphin do embrace each other. Yes, dolphins are same-sex pair bonds, and many of them made it in life. One of them do die, so some of their biological. Hey,
wow.
Masekela.
So Zinhle, what do you think about dolphins?
I don't know. I just feel like it's all the animals that are close to humans, right?
Yes.
Like
the
not
mammals.
the flamingos. Yeah, the ones that have like human behavior patterns.
Yeah.
I feel like they are the ones that are like more.
And actually,
Not that flamingos are like us, but like, you know, the
They're gonna kill us on
chimpanzee,
Twitter for
you know,
this.
like
yeah.
Yeah,
What's interesting about the dolphins as well is that they mourn like us. So if they lose a partner, so they'll choose one partner for life, and then when that partner dies, scientists have shown that they mourn.
Oh, really? So that's what the teleprompter was saying.
The teleprompter was trying to tell you.
Zinhle, I want to find out from you. Do you think these are homosexual acts, or are we just intellectualizing the lives of the poor animals?
Just overstudying
They'll stay loyal, right?
Yeah.
So could it be a friendship, or could it be like a real
relationship?
A real thing.
You never know.
And also, you notice how it's all the animals that are friendly with humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not, but the next one.
There's no lion
Number
here.
one.
Is there
Number
lion
one is the dangerous one.
Is it?
Oh, actually,
Yep.
so have to argue that one.
Oh,
Number one.
Okay. We have the African lion. So what they do is a certain percentage of them will actually move away from the lionesses and form their own little squad of dudes.
No, that's like bromance. That's just like
hanging out with your boy.
But lions all lead. So you'll have a head lion, you know, where they'll actually do the deed. And so you know how lions work. They'll have the main guy, and then he has all the women around him, and that's his squad, right? So these ones go and form their own squad and go have relations with one another. This is really like weird. Like all the
I told you this was uncomfortable.
This is like majorly weird, but yes.
But there you have it. That's a fact. It does happen. But right now, it's all about DJs. Can we leave the animals alone? Special somebody. Roll it.
Can we breathe?
Oh, wow.
Whew. On that note, we're back.
Can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
You can ask him anything.
Yes,
actually.
No, you guys are
You've
all
made an
wearing
error.
And this one,
You've made an error by not bringing us
guys are
watches.
watch.
at least you're not wearing anything. The others are wearing snake products.
Not even
Mama Kumulanda, my fake.
right now.
Well, let's start it on that note, Zinhle. Let's speak about Era. I saw Pearl Tusi post like all her international things with Era in the mix.
Representing
She
South Africa.
buys so much of my products. Big up to her. She's amazing. And I think we've received a lot of support in the last 5 years from a lot of people because we work very hard and we're very consistent with the product and the quality and we're really cool actually if you think about it.
How involved are you in the design process?
We are involved. I'm involved, and it has been proven that the designs I'm passionate about the most are the ones that sell the least. Yeah.
Why?
I thought you had like the best taste.
This was designed by my team.
Okay.
But But the ones that I do, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to sell.
And you're obsessed with them.
They just don't sell. So I'm open to input from my team.
I like that you can admit that.
But also from a business perspective, understanding that what your strength is and that you need a team. But I want to ask this: why watches? It's almost like you came out of nowhere with the watches game. Like, how did you gravitate towards that?
Namdeni, my best friend, and I were talking about me venturing into something else, and I honestly thought I'll do sunglasses, but I was also toying with the idea of watches because I had been collecting for a long time. And my friend then said, you know what, time is such a beautiful concept. You know, it's easy to sell time, it's easy to sell, you know, moments. Let's talk about something that speaks to how women use their time in this era. So then that's when we came up with Era by DJs in there, and everything just made sense. It's easy, you know, just to have a conversation, because then we speak about, you know, this is the era for women. What are you doing with your time? If we send you the product, we send it with a message to say, wear this product as a promise to yourself that you know that you're badass, really.
So what are the challenges? I mean, we've seen a lot of celebrities try the whole venture into business thing, and then it doesn't work out. After a while, he's partnering with another brand.
You know, the thing is, I mean, there's no crime in partnering with another brand. We did it in our third year with Legit, but it's a full-time job. It's like 7 in the morning till like you sleep. You're thinking about it, you're working on it. You have to be present. I think that's the biggest challenge. Time, because you need to be there full-time and work on it. And I have 3 jobs. I'm a DJ, and I have Fuse Academy, and now I'm a mom. So it's insane, but we make it work. My team is really amazing.
Let's bring it back to DJing. Tamara Day. When did this collaboration happen? I can tell you guys, you probably hooked up because you're really stylish. Like, your style is
next. I'm so glad like you pulled her out wherever she was.
No, I think she was around.
She was singing with the other ladies.
With the pink hair, the blue hair, and the green hair.
She's back to the house scene. Tell us about the track.
It's called Colors. Oskido, I think, is working with Tamara again, or they signed something, I'm not sure. But then he said, would you want to do a song with Tamara? I said, are you kidding me? Yeah, of course I'd love to do a song with Tamara. So we worked on the beat, and we gave her the beat, and then she wrote on it. But then she wrote about heartbreak and whatever. And Oskido's like, yo, please, no more heartbreak songs. It's just gonna, you know, it's gonna get the wrong translation, you know? And then I felt so bad, because, you know, as a creative, once you've expressed something and now you have to go and redo it all over again, and I felt so bad for her, but when she rewrote it, she killed it, and it's such an amazing song. We're working hard to push it now, and working with her is so colorful. It's insane.
Straight to the sun.
She's amazing.
Well, Zinhle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You are goals. You're in love. You're snatched. You look great. Life is just amazing. You got more than one job. You probably got 2 phones. Like,
when I'm doing my makeup, I'm just like,
oh, is that your sleeping time?
Yeah, too much slay.
Well, right now, it's time for us to take an ad break. I feel like I'm the bearer of bad news throughout the show. I'm always telling you guys, it's cut a break.
Can you see the connection?
So
bad. He has started a trend, and he is here to shut it down. Okay, Maloom Cool Cat. Agree?
Keep the channel locked on Mzansi Insider. You know what it is, Mzansi Insider.
Welcome back. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of the show. But before we say goodbye and close it over the banging performance, what was your experience like?
My experience was amazing, but also quite nerve-wracking. But it's actually quite calm, thanks to you guys for making me feel comfortable.
And time flew, right? This is live TV.
Flew by. Like, you know what they say, time flies only when you're having fun.
Come on now, somebody.
But now we have a performance. It's going to take us straight to the performance. Who's performing and what are they doing?
This is Umalum Cool Cat, the uncle of the coolness, and Yanni Uti.
Yo, take us home, Cool Cat. Take us home. We out, baby.
see it, boy. I see it. Namangazi nje, gizwe geto nje, itipe. Washum dance, sashi scoop. Namangazi nje, gizwe geto nje, itipe. Tap in the run, tap in the run. Namangazi nje, gizwe geto nje, itipe. Washum dance, sashi scoop. Yeah. Basile laba bazokuthathela umthatho wakho balega kumkani basile laba bazokuthathela umthatho wakho awunamangazi nje ngizwe geto nje ithixi washo umthatho sashi isigubhu suka la stamate phethe umsoko ephakethe baka isinto yestyle beka sithatha amatafula back babiza ngomalume uyazi finishing like every day boze bafana day kini mambara zi AK uma kasethi TDK phethe amaselula 100K too many spoilers like 100K Dr. Kumalo number 6 baba magenge siyahlanganisa bathi uSmiso isimangalisi I'll be a shock if you undersea most of my family underpaid Kuma MF on the number plate Skele so we mayonnaise the buy my shot is that we can pay I've been finished since the standard A before your darkness is come with A really what I'm trying to say I'm calling a star as a malume you think I pay umonga me Namangazi nje gizwe ngento nje ithixi washo umthatho sashi isigubhu namangazi nje gizwe ngento nje ithixi tap in the run tap in the run namangazi nje gizwe ngento nje ithixi washo umthatho sashi isigubhu baleka kukashi basile laba bazokuthathela malu umkasho wakho malu balega kukashi basile laba bazokuthathela malu umthatho wakho malu namangazi nje ngizwe ngento nje ithixi washo umthatho sashi isigubhu umlazi milana uyamazi njalo Has he been to Milan? Umlazi Milan, does he know how to dance? Uyamazi njalo Mande siyagena ngambeni nawe Qiblah ngambeni They told me to queue for a slice. Take it, I'm taking the cake. You can get drunk in the lake. It's winter, there's money to make. It's summer, there's money to make. I'ma cook up, wash his each and a bake. Got a spoon, I gotta take on a day. My baby's she be calling me babe. Put a spoon on and I top of your face. Better play this and I sent her a date. Got a sit up from back in the day. Making mistakes. But you made a mistakes. We need to chat, press and refresh. Getting myself in this shit. So sorry, jacuzzi and chill and relax. Since I your kid, you sent me on text. Thank you for saving the cat. Yeah. But shut it. WWW. Swag it. Sunday gas and Jenga study it. Cause I'm running here, I'm heavy sin. Give me my time with the cigarettes. Drawing the shrooms in a little bit. Love on my combos, I'm literally. None of my combos, I'm eating it. Look at this deck, are you feeling me? Once again, I want this piece. Santa Akulu. Different. Wash umthatho sashi